exciting nights as we get this season underway. We have a lot of expectations in our girls program. We've had just a great amount of success in volleyball this year, and I know that these girls are looking to carry that success in to this basketball season. So there's just great energy in the room. We got a pretty good crowd for our home opener. This is Jake Johannes. I'm here with my wife. We'll be broadcasting the game. We're facing the North Harrison Lady Cats tonight. North Harrison's already played a game. They lost to South Central just about a week and a half ago. Lost in about 11-point game to South Central. South Central, a very good team, going to be a very good 1A team this year. North Harrison coming in, a former Mid-Southern Conference opponent of ours. This was the year that Eastern decided to get out of the Mid-Southern Conference. But we're still going to play most of those teams pretty much every year, and North Harrison's not going to be any change for that. So, again, excited about getting this season underway. I just noticed we had a former player. One of North Harrison's JV coaches was a former player and an Eastern alum. So I was excited to see a returning Musketeers. Again, Musketeers bring back pretty much their whole team from last year. We graduated Bracy Jackson last year, great defender and rebounder for us. Didn't score a whole lot for us, but again, really this helped us keep things going offensively, just keeping the glass dominated and did a nice job for us. Eastern's coming back off of a 14-12 season. North Harrison's coming back off after going 8-15 last year. I know that their expectations are going to be very high as well. Eastern's, again, bringing almost everybody back. We got a couple additions. Obviously, we bring back Sydney Burton, coming in about 9 points. Last year, averaged about 9 points and 6 rebounds a game. Many games with a double-double last year. Addie Smith led us with about 13 points a game last year. She returns in her senior season. Katie Hunter coming back in her junior year. Scored about 7.5 points a game last year. And then Avery Smith, Eddie's twins, coming back just over 7 points a game as well. And then Bailey Robbins, the sophomore, coming in and averaging another 5 or 6 points a game. So, again, we've got most all of our scoring back. So I know that Coach Drury probably has some pretty high expectations about what these girls are capable of. We also have a couple returning players, Eliza Terrace and Abby Fowler. Fowler played as a freshman and hadn't played in 2 years, just 1 year. In 2 years, coming back out for her senior year. She is one of the fastest people that I know. She's going for every record we have in our sprints and track and everything. So be interesting to see how her speed kind of factors in to our game plan, especially in an up-tempo game. She's just lightning quick. And then Eliza Terrace returning in her senior year as well. Another body be able to come in and rebound for us and just help us offensively a little bit. So these Musketeers are going to be really deep this year. Probably looking at playing 9 or 10 girls. Again, a lot of experience returning. Last year was one of those things. It was kind of a mix of you had some veterans with some experience, and you had a lot of younger girls with little to no experience. And just kind of balancing that all year long was just a challenge and tough games. So hopefully, as we get into this season, some of that experience from last year was going to pay off for us. Again, we're bringing back pretty much all of our scoring, pretty much all of our rebounding, all of our assists, pretty much everything we've got coming into this year is going to be again fresh. So we didn't. We'll see how this is going to shake out as we get started. Eastern starts the season with North Harrison next week. Obviously, in our county rivalry, we're playing Salem Crawford. We actually had to move back some games. It's a weird problem to have. We had to. Again, the girls had a great year. Won the sectional volleyball, won the regional for the first time ever, and then made it to the semi-state. And that really cuts into the first couple weeks. I know Coach Drury. I think she practiced the first week with 7 or 8 girls because they were all playing volleyball. So that's not a problem we had very often. So really, it's really a weird late start for us, not starting till November 14th in our first game. So next week we will play Salem and Crawford. That'll be a double weekend. Crawford was one of our games that got moved. So we'll be at Salem next week. It's always great to get them going. We also moved our board game to later on in January, I think. That's going to be one of our last games. Instead of being our first game of the year, it's going to be our very last game of the year this year. So out the gate, we've got North Harrison, Salem, Crawford, Henryville, Christian Academy, then going to Brownstown, December, Crothersville, West Washington, Southwestern Orleans. So again, we got a lot of schools our size. It's going to be a change from years past as we've adjusted our schedule and tried to focus on playing some smaller schools. Obviously, we've switched conferences, so that's another big change for us. So we'll kind of see how this plays out for us. The first half of our season is probably some of the smaller schools on our schedule, and then the second half of our season we're still going to play Scottsburg and Silver Creek and Charlestown and Gordon, some of those little bit larger schools than us in our kind of our old conference. There's still going to be remnants there. So again, I know that they're going to be excited to get the season underway. Again, you just love to see the gym. You know, it's probably 2/3 full, and the band's rocking. They just had band had another great year this year, and just that they bring so much energy to the gym every night. I know that Fruitville side, we've got another 50 kids in the cheer block, and they're hooting and hollering and just having a good time. So again, just going to be a great atmosphere as we get going underway. We're going to cut to a quick commercial. We'll be right back and talk a little bit about the ninth game and the projections going on this evening.
Boy, we're up. And for two. Led by new head coach Barry Odom. 30, into the 25, 20, 15, 10. Don't miss a single moment all season long. The Boilermakers head to Washington. Join us live this Saturday. Our coverage begins at 6, right here on your home for Boilermakers football. For Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Becky White at the John Jones GM City dealership in Salem. Let's check in with Caleb Perkiser for the John Jones Auto Minute.
This is Caleb Perkiser with John Jones Auto Group. You feel that chill in the air? Fall is finally here. Time's inside, on fire, and time to make sure your car's ready for the cold. We're helping folks get road ready for cooler weather. With free multi-point inspections with scheduled maintenance, great prices on tires, batteries, and brakes, and service specials that'll keep you rolling all season long. And don't forget our fall sales event with huge savings on Chevy Silverados, Traverses, and Equinoxes. Yep, whether you're tailgating, leaf piling, or just trying to beat that first draw, John Jones GM City has the deals to keep you comfortable and confident behind the wheel. Plus, we've got locations close to home in Salem, Gordon, Scottsburg, and Greenville. John Jones GM City, your hometown dealer for every season. You'll see so many as they paid so little.
Call today at 812-570-5307 or find them online at johnjonesautogroup.com.
Sorry, I had a little technical glitch. North Harrison, again, fairly deep team. Looks like they've just had one game, but they really played, really 8, 9 girls and played quite a few minutes. But the story of that first game for them is obviously senior Grace Goldman coming in, scored 31. Had 31 and 11. Really just had a really nice game for them. Going to have to be the key for them is how they can get her going. She's also the one that kind of hurt us last year. So it's the same story. North Harrison graduated a few points from last year. The Wilkins, I think she had about 9 points a game. But really, their two biggest scores from last year, Goldman and Brown, they do have back. So we'll see kind of how this is going to play out for North Harrison. Goldman had 31. It looks like Chapman had 16 in that first game. And then Book added in 6. Scoring 62 points in that first game was quite a bit higher than where they were a year ago. Last year, both of these teams played much more of a controlled game. Eastern averaging about 49 points a game. And then North Harrison scored averaged about 47 a game. Rebounding-wise, about the same last year, 26 and 28. Assists about the same. Steals, Eastern probably had a few more steals. They were averaging about 14 a game last year. North Harrison about 8. And then turnovers about the same, 14 and 15. So I think you've got two very evenly matched teams in previous years. I think both of them looking to see if they can get a spark going on this year. I do think Coach Brooks, is this his first year or second year? Coach Brooks taking over for his first year here at North Harrison. He's been around there for a while, coaching JV, both boys and girls, over the past several years. So taking the helm and their former coach, I think, went to Lanesville, coaching down there after Hinton retired. So his first crack at this, I coached against Dakota, and he's always a solid guy. I know that he's going to have a game plan ready to go for tonight's contest. In Eastern, I think the story for us is going to be our seniors. How are they going to lead us? Can they control the tempo? Can we have a balanced attack? It's kind of when we were successful, I think, a year ago, we were just balanced across the board, and we're getting 4 or 5 girls that are getting close to double figures. We never had that one person score 25. We always had 4 or 5 scoring 10 to 15, and that kind of seemed to be our recipes for success. And really, I think this year it's going to be a lot of the same. I kind of look to see if because we're a little deeper, I'd like to see Coach Drury play a little bit faster tempo, try to get up and moving because we've got bodies. We can rotate in and out of there. Should be able to sub in and out quite as often as needed. Just kind of keep that pressure going on. The other part is you maybe take Bronner out, but I think you got a whole team that can all handle the ball really well. And Bronner's going to rebound. She's going to do great things, but you've got 7, 8, 9 girls that can move the ball and handle the ball. So really, they're really not going to be able to just take Addie away or just take Summer Robbins away or somebody like that. And then again, we've got several girls that can shoot the ball. So just curious how this all is going to play out. I know they had kind of a weird start to the year with pushing the season back a little bit and really just kind of getting this gelling. And I know with my own daughter, she sprained her ankle in the Finland State game, so she doesn't get to play. She's out for a few weeks, so she's kind of bummed out and all this kind of stuff. And just how that all factors into the game. We'll kind of see how this is going to play out. Again, excited about getting back into high school basketball. Lots of great action tonight around the state. Some games in our area. I think Austin is playing Christian Academy tonight. Bedford is playing Scottsburg tonight. See what else we've got going on tonight. Crawford is playing Henryville, and we'll get down for a few more of that in just a little bit. We are going to cut quickly for the national anthem. We will be right back. Start with tip-off. This is Jake Johannesburg, WSLM, Lady Musketeer basketball.
All over Booster Country. The Iowa, he may go. Down to 25, down to 15, 5. Coming off a college football playoff under Coach Kurt Signetti. Indiana's got the football. The Cougars host Wisconsin. Join us live this Saturday. Our coverage begins at 11 a.m. right here on your home for Indiana football. The IU Sports Network from Learfield.
The beauty of fall is upon us. That means prices are falling so you can rake in the savings at Billy Martin Store. Our display floor is full of beautiful quality name brand furniture like Bushline, Beds, living room suite, recliners, rockers, tables, and lamps, an array of styles and fabrics to suit any decorating needs you have. And with the holidays quickly approaching, now's the time to replace your flooring with new carpet, vinyl, tile, hardwood, from Mohawk, shawls, CDC, bowling, parquet, or Somerset hardwood. We have a huge display of these styles, patterns, and colors to choose from, and every day low, low prices. Philip Martin Store offers you free estimates, professional installation by our own installers, and 6 months savings cash on all merchandise and appliances. We also offer free Christmas layaway. Well, this fall, why not drive on out to the country and save a lot at Philip Martin Store? No sales gimmicks to run. We just sell every day at low, low prices on top quality name brand merchandise and appliances. Philip Martin Store is located in the heart of downtown Martinsburg. Well, feel free to give Janice or myself a call today at 967-3997, and we'll be glad to help you.
Sullivan Feed Mill is proud to support the radio broadcast of the Eastern Musketeers girls volleyball and wish them great success today at the regionals. When you need feed or other supplies for your farm, stop in at Sullivan Feed Mill in downtown Pekin and see their selection today. Come see Junior and Yvonne for all your feed and fence needs in downtown Pekin. They have everything to get you ready for the fall and winter season. Stop in today at Sullivan Feed Mill, serving you from downtown Pekin since 1941, or call 812-967-3472 and find them on Facebook. Go Musketeers!
Is Indiana. Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball and soccer and softball and track and so many more. We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana. They're an undeniable part of our state's culture. They're woven into the DNA of our community. It's what we dedicate our time to. It's what brings us all together. It's what we celebrate. And as a high school student athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in, representing your school and having your entire community behind you. Being a high school student athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted. And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knight. Support Hoosier student athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSA.
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure and keep driving all winter long.
You get on?
South Carolina Line State Park. See www.station.com. Deals extra local rebates for complete details. Expires December 9th, 2025.
over, turkey. It's Chicken Month at your Salem and Southern Indiana McDonald's. We're celebrating our favorite chicken items and pairings all month long with unmissable value and bold new flavors. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? At McDonald's, they both come with savings. Grab a $5 sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles extra value meal and $8 shrimp beef chicken McNuggets extra value meal for a limited time. National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day, only on November 9th. Celebrate National Fried Chicken Day by scoring a $2 McCrispy sandwich, available for one day, exclusively through the McDonald's app. And be sure and get your chicken sauced up with new Buffalo Ranch sauce. Add our new Buffalo Ranch sauce to any order, or grab a Buffalo Ranch snack wrap, Bacon Buffalo Ranch McCrispy sandwich, and Deluxe Bacon Buffalo Ranch McCrispy sandwich. Stop by Salem McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or before and after the basketball games this winter. At McDonald's, we're loving it.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when there's $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to your check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Hey, Indiana resident, Dave, proud long-time drummer for John Mellencamp. So he's looking for something awesome. It's the return. It's the greatest 4 days of run success. It's happening November 12th through 15th at the Indiana Convention Center in downtown Indianapolis. ASIC features 100 plus clinics, concerts, and interactive events in all genres and styles. And ASIC welcomes all drummers, from beginners to touring musicians to music fans, to attend this special celebration of drums in all forms. And Indiana residents, discount. Oh yeah. So visit ASIC.org/Indiana for all the details. And I'll see you there.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming, but expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for its expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. This is halftime. Eastern up 39-15. Again, it's just been all Eastern this entire half. The quick stats and a half. We'll talk to other Southern Indiana basketball for a minute. In that first half, Trainer had 3. Sydney Burton had 6. Addie Smith had 15 again, reaching her 1,000-point milestone. Was pretty exciting for her. Katie Hunter ended up with 8. Had knocked down a couple threes and some free throws. Avery Smith did not score in the first half, but I've got her down for 4 steals in the first half. I think she averaged 3 or 4 all per game last year. I think she got 4 in the first half. And then Bailey Robbins has added 6, and then Eliza Starrett had 2. So bring up 39. For North Harrison, is no secret. Olivia Brown had 3. Then Grace Goldman pretty much had everything else. That's going to be the other 12. She had 3 threes and 3 free throws. That's going to be a total of 15. I do not have the rebounding stat, but I also feel like we just did a great job of controlling the glass pretty much most of that half. North Harrison got a couple of offensive rebounds, but other than that, it was pretty much all Eastern. So taking great quality shots and shooting at a high percentage. We didn't just shoot lights out or anything, but when you shoot good quality shots, you make them. It's that simple. You hate to oversimplify it, but it really does kind of come down to take good shots, put yourself in a position where you take shots, you rebound, and defensively really mix it in, really 3 or 4 different. We did the 1-2-2 full court, did the 1-2-2 half court, played some 2-3, and then played some man, really just situationally. So interesting to kind of see this strategy, just mix it up based on this. Obviously, taking Goldman still ended up with 12 in that first half, but really neutralized her quite a bit. Every time she drove, it was just nowhere for her to go. So again, it's been a great way to start the season. Not exactly what I was was expecting. Again, I thought we had a little bit of an edge against the North Harrison. Definitely was a great start to kick off to the season. So games around the area. We mentioned a little bit on the top of the game, top of the hour. Talked just a little bit about that. Austin again playing Christian Academy. Bedford playing at Scottsburg. Let's see, what else do we have tonight? I think Salem was playing at Orleans tonight. Crawford County playing Henryville. I think we had steam around Silver Creek. Be interesting to see how the Silver Creek team develop. I know that there's very high expectations for this team. Obviously, Brooklyn Wren signed to go play at Kansas. I think the girl from Benton County also signed to go play at Kansas. So, again, just a ton of local talent in the area. I think Mitchell's playing at Prairie Central tonight. Prairie undefeated so far this season. Already got in 3 games. Then the big tournament down in Corden was also, I think, kicked off tonight. See, get down there real quick. Gordon playing Washington, so not a common opponent, but Gordon kicking off, trying to just see if they can't defend their state championship run. It's not. I don't know exactly the timeline with Ava Wheeler coming back, and she tore ACL. We'll see how that goes. Gordon playing Castle, and then New Albany and South Knox playing in that Gordon tournament. So that kicks off tonight. It'll be tonight and tomorrow. Again, it's been all Eastern Musketeers so far in this first half. I'd like to see some changes. I know that North Harrison is going to say we've got to get more girls involved. We cannot be a one-dimensional team at this point, at this level in high school. Sometimes you can get by with that in 1A games and sometimes even 2A games, but once you get to 3A, 4A games, you just got to have more weapons. You got to see if you can't get Brown involved or get some other girls involved. Really, a lot of these girls aren't even really taking shots at. Not even trying to look. I know several times some of those guards, Beach and Emmons, the other Emmons, they got open looks. They're just not really looking to score. Really, not much of an inside presence either for Book or Goldman. Chapman. Really not looking to go inside much at all. As I said at the top of the hour, just they got a little bit of a size advantage inside, but really we probably have just with speed and agility. Burton's not really had much difficulty getting around and trying to get to the rim as needed. For Musketeers, I don't know that we change anything. I think you just kind of keep playing with pace, keep pressure on the guards. I think you got it. You can't let Goldman go up. You can't let her just kind of do whatever she wants. You're going to have to keep pressure on her, regardless of what defense we're in, whether we're in a half court or full court or in man or whatever. That you've got the person put press on the ball, but you've always got that secondary defender or even that third defender with an eye on her and knows where she is, know who's going to be their biggest threat, and obviously Goldman and Brown, and then kind of make adjustments accordingly. So far, it's been a really nice team effort. You're seeing really pretty much everybody tipping in and making some action happen. I'm sure Coach Curry's got her hands full. Just how do you rotate these girls through this lineup? And that's tough. That's tough when you've got 9, 10 deep that can all play and can all handle the ball, can all shoot it a little bit, and then you've just got this much talent. How do you kind of keep everybody engaged in the game and keep people just fresh and keep people going? It's going to be maybe it's going to be a matter of shorter minutes and just more often, and you're just going to kind of keep coming. I know I'm not advocating this at all. I know we had a year when I was in high school. I was a coach from Providence, former assistant principal here. He did a 5 for 5 every 2 or 3 minutes. They were going to go 5 for 5, and they were just going to press and they were going to run, and it was play as hard as you can for a couple of minutes, and then you got subs coming and just kind of keep those bodies fresh. And they were just relentless in their press. They had success, and I think that one year they scored 106, 7 times. I know that was just a successful team for them down there in Providence. Again, definitely not advocating for that, but I'm sure Coach Drury's got to figure out how she's going to manage keeping girls fresh. Again, we're going to cut to a couple quick commercials. We'll be right back with the second half. This has been Lady Musketeer Basketball here on WSLM.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At
At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 homes, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. People like Duke Energy General.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
And we are back here. Eastern High School, ready to kick off this second half. We have Eastern going back with Addie Smith, Sydney Burton, Bailey Robbins, Avery Smith, and Katie Hunter. North Harrison going back with, looks like Paisley Cook, Grace Goldman. It's going to be Carly Chapman. That's going to be Olivia Brown. We're going to throw that ball away, and then last one, William Birch. Kind of a lazy pass there by guards. North Harrison coming the other way. It's going to be Brown out top. He gets in the corner to, it looks like the ball was hit. Book started to go after it, but then she realized that I think Robbins had touched it. Went out of bounds from North Harrison in the corner. Burks on the inbound. Kind of interested that they kind of went back with their bigger lineup. I wasn't quite expecting that. Goldman trying to drive against Avery. Nowhere to go. She kind of throws it up. It's going to be rebounded there by Burton. Gets it out to Addie Smith. Addie brings it up. North Harrison then a man-to-man. Honor gets it up. There, nice ball movement there. Honor gets it to the high post there to Avery Smith. Avery finds Sydney Burton there on the block. Just great ball movement there. And just you make the game look easy when you move the ball. You're unselfish. Eastern kind of in that 1-2-2, looking to trap. They get Burks in the corner. Almost traveled there. Honor gets a piece of it. That's like Honor's going to get a steal there. Avery or Addie pushes up to Robbins. Robbins going to get it into Burton. Burton brings it back out. Kicks it over to Honor. Honor's going to fire for three, and that's going to be good. Her third three of the game. Eastern makes a 44-15 advantage. Keep in mind that Eastern averaged about 48 points a game last year, so we're already at that, almost at that average. Look, deflection there by Addie Smith, trying to find Goldman. Goldman fires for three. No good. That's going to be Brown on the rebound. Gets it back to Goldman. Goldman runs in there. No good again. Rebound there by Bailey Robbins. Robbins looking to push. You can just see that Goldman is frustrated. Inside to Burton. Looks like she lost it, but they're going to get Burton there for a travel. Looks like when she caught it, the ball kind of lost in her hand, which she would be allowed to move. And you're allowed to bobble with it there. They're going to get her for a travel. That's Adele Emmons, number 11, checks in for North Harrison. Goldman brings the ball up. Eastern kind of a 1-2-2 half-court zone. Gets it over to Brown. Brown gets it over to Emmons. Gets out of bounds. A lot of deflections in this game. Does Eastern be able to just keep those hands active and keep North Harrison, keep that pressure on? Emmons takes it out of bounds. Trying to get the ball to Goldman. They throw it in there. Almost had a steal there. Goldman being guarded by Avery. Gets it over to Burks. Burks against Horner. I have to say it. Avery's doing just a great job on just keeping pressure on Goldman. That's going to be a steal there by Robbins. Again, you got to give Avery the credit there because Goldman just struggling to get around. Does get around or loses the ball. Robbins makes a piece of it. And then they're going to get a foul there on North Harrison. Looks like number 14. That's going to be Goldman. Picks up her second, just kind of out of frustration. Bailey Trainer's going to check in. Robbins rings it up. North Harrison kind of extending a little pressure. They get it into Burton. Burton goes right away and attacks. No good. Like to see her get her shoulders squared a little bit more. It's kind of a tough shot. Goldman gets it to Brown. Brown fires from deep. She's going to connect. 44-18, and all Musketeers. Burton's going to bring the ball up. Gets it over to Trainer. North Harrison kind of extending their pressure a little bit in that 2-3, but their guards are extending out. Burton kicks it out to Robbins. Robbins drives baseline. Probably going to need to be a bounce pass there. Tries to make a little shuffle pass there to Burton. I think a bounce pass, and Burton gets a layup, but she kind of makes that shuffle, and North Harrison gets it out of bounds. Robbins hits it off the back. What a play. You know, one of those textbook plays. The zone had their back to the inbounder. Robbins just throws it off her back and scores. It's kind of a tough layup, but able to score. Eastern in that 1-2-2. Again, lazy pass. Robbins is going to end up with a steal. She's going to go coast to coast. And I thought she just got hammered there. No call. Ball was going to go out of bounds. This seemed like an incredible amount of contact there. Like number 1, Presley Edmondson, 5. Bree Beach going to check in for North Harrison. Liza Starrett's going to check in. Avery's going to get a break. Robbins on the inbound. Gets it to Starrett. Starrett back to Robbins. Robbins going to try to step back, makes a nice move. Again, trying to make too fancy of a pass. I think he just go ahead and reverse the ball. Goldman bringing it up. Started by Honor. She kind of throws it up. Tough looking shot. And she scores her first points of the half. Eastern 46-20. Trainer over to Robbins. Robbins for 3. No good. Rebound there to North Harrison. And they're going to go back. Goldman's going to bring it up. And we'll see who kind of ends up on her. Book's going to finally, she's going to fire one. No good. Burton on the rebound. That's kind of the first time you've had some of those other players look to take a shot. And I wonder if that's not one of their coach's messages. Hey, we can't just be, Grace Goldman the whole time. Somebody else is going to have to make a play. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, other people.
North. Yes. North. Goldman with the rebound. Robbins gets in the lane off the zone. No good on the little runner. They're going to go the other way. It's going to be Brown fires the 3. And Chapman's going to get that rebound. Just keep moving the ball. Again, we're just in a little hurry for no reason. I don't feel like, Mojo. You know what? A wise man just said that on the radio just a few minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. It's so much harder to defend. Yeah. North Harrison, a little better ball movement there. They're going to get Beach there for a 3. No good. Yep. Well, that first half, we had immaculate shot choice. So we had great shots pretty much. And so we shoot a pretty good percentage, but partly because we're shooting great shots, good steal there. I think, Bronner had Eliza there instead of the pass to her left hand when she's wanted in her right hand. They get a tip out of bounds. I think if she just makes that pass to the right, Sarah gets a layup. So just read that. Yeah, we've been right side most of the time. Addie Smith's going to connect for three. Most of the time. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be Brown fires for three, no good. Chapman with the offensive board. Bronner's going to pull that one down. Yep. Yep. Got those long arms. If she can use them, just get up there and elevate just a little bit. High post there for Sterrett. Sterrett's going to connect there. A little 10-foot jumper. H now going kind of at a 2-3. So that's another thing I've mentioned a couple times. You've seen really kind of 4 or 5 different defenses out of us, which we really didn't do last year. You've seen kind of that 1-2-2 full, the 1-2-2 half, and then the 2-3. We've seen man. Just seeing some different looks, and so trainer gets it into Sterrett. Sterrett gets it over to Avery Smith. Oh wow, that looked painful. Avery tries to make a drive, just gets tripped up, but really lands awkwardly. Just it was always hurt. He's a tough kid though. That's going to be Abby Fowler's going to check into the game. I think Addie's going to get a quick break. Again, I think I've mentioned that halftime. I think one of Coach Drury's tasks this year is how do you just keep fresh bodies, but then how do you keep people fresh, but keep people just moving. You got depth that we haven't maybe had. Well, Brown's going to pull up for a little baseline jumper. How do you just kind of keep people going? So maybe shorter minutes or harder minutes, Right. Right. You get. Yeah. Right. 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 Avery gets it into Emma. Emma kicks out the trainer. Trainer wide open three. Again, we got to the left side. That's just a good inside out there. We got the ball in the middle. They collapse. Trainer gets the wide open look, knocks down a shot. George Harrison. Emmons going to fire for three. Again, so he had to have said that at halftime. That, hey, girls, I need some other people's shots. So, they only had 2 scores in the first half, and they've got 3 other girls that have made a bucket this quarter. And really, it's not been just Goldman every single time. Nice interior passing there. That's going to be Bronner going to go line for 2. Again, I think she just finished with that left. She's probably got a little easier and 1, but she kind of muscles through. She's a strong player, so gets up there. I think it's going to be Burks picks up her second foul. Bronner's going to go line for 2. 10 seconds left to play in this quarter. No good on that first one. Hunter's going to check in. 54-27. Again, not the ball moving that time around. We got right side, middle, no good on that second free throw. Yep. Good deflection there by Bailey Trainer. Fowler's going to come up with it. Oh. He didn't realize the time was running out. That's going to be in the third quarter. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the last quarter of Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
Professional wrestling as AEW Dynamite invades the Fishers Event Center Wednesday, December 3rd at 7 7:30 p.m. Fans can expect an action-packed evening featuring AEW's incredible roster of male and female wrestlers. Witness the athleticism, massive personalities, and exciting storylines that have made AEW a sensation. This event will be broadcast on TBS. See the best wrestlers for the best price and get your tickets now at FishersEventCenter.com. There is an 8-ticket limit per household. Groups of 10 or more receive $10 off select tickets. And keep your radios tuned to WSLM for your chance to win a pair of tickets to watch the SmackDown in person.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. And Lady Musketeers up 54-27 as we start this fourth quarter. Again, not quite the same pace that we saw in that first quarter, but still, putting up 15 points in that quarter. Again, you're seeing a pace that's going to play maybe in the 70s. Last year, we kind of stayed in the 40s most of the year, really pushing 50. I think if we can play at that pace, scoring 70 points, man, it means we're connecting. We're hitting good shots. We're taking care of the basketball. We're getting a lot of possessions. It's a little tougher for us to play in the 40s. Not saying we won't get there, but that wasn't our recipe for success in the years past. Right now we're on target for 70, 75 points. Goldman's going to fire for three. She's going to connect. Right. Eastern starting out in 2-3. Had a gonna be Chapman down center corner. She's gonna find Brown. Brown tries to get in the book inside, throws the ball away. They're getting in. Looks like Harrison's going to try to extend some pressure. Kind of going to a man-to-man, but just extending a little. Sorry, it's just a 2-3. They're just extending those guards all the way out. Hunter finds Fowler. Fowler tries to get the ball inside the Burton. Tough pass. Yep. Goldman thought about a three, being guarded by Fowler. She makes a little runner in the lane. No good. A little tip around. Nice rebound there by Burton. Yep. Fowler finds Trainer the same spot as that last one. Again, little ball reversal. Fowler had an open look. We passed it up for a better shot. That's great basketball right there. Fowler probably could have shot a three, maybe partially contested. Makes one more pass. Trainer, she already hit one from there just last quarter. Again, puts one in the same spot. Again, I think we got 5-6 girls that can make those shots. If we can just get to those spots, draw that extra defender, make the nice little pass. Fowler didn't do anything special there. She just decided, I'm going to pass this shot for a better shot. And again, you see the results are, again, you got Trainer putting her in a position to be successful. And again, if she can get some confidence, again, I think the sky's the limit. I think that's games like today when we play well, just confidence going into the start of the season, kicking off. We got this weird delayed start. Kind of like how's this going to get going? Hopefully this is a confidence builder. Say, hey, we can play. We can get moving. Let's be selfish or be unselfish. And again, make your teammates, put them in a position to be successful. Exactly what just happened there. I love it. Yep. Baseline drive there by Brown, no good. Starrett was just not going to give up that rebound. She had to pull it down. Trainer looking to push. Finds Hunter, back to Hunter. Nice offensive rebound there by Starrett. She's going to get a nice foot back. Again, you see that same thing. Hunter had that little baseline drive, said, no, I'm going to pull it back out, goes back out to Trainer. They left Hunter alone, goes right back. We get an open shot, offensive rebound. It's just, again, this is where it's fun to watch. It's fun to play. As a player, you just love to see your whole team getting involved in on the action. Okay. Goldman fires from deep, and she's going to connect. They make that cross-court pass, and we just got to be ready for that. Fort Harrison kind of in that extended 2-3 on her. Lazy pass there to Burton. Goldman's going to pick it off. Goldman's going to go coast to coast. He's going to put that one in. And that's either got to be a fake pass or we just got to, there's too much congestion in there to try to make that happen. Again, same thing. That's going to be still there by Burks. Burks is going to try to go coast to coast. Looks like they're going to get Burton for a foul. She can't release. Yeah, that's going to be Burton. That's going to just be her first. It's going to be Lillian Burks going to the line for 2. Yeah, we try to force the ball in the middle on kind of consecutive plays. Just recognize, keep moving. It'll be open at some point, but you might have to go to that wing, get to that corner. You gotta have to go a couple different spots before it's open. But it's always, that's all the game of action reaction. What are they going to do? What are they going to take away? Whatever they take away, something else is open. Oh. I think Sydney realized. She's gonna. So Burks missed the free throw, gets her own rebound, and shoots a wide open shot. Goldman trying to drive in lots of traffic. Makes a tough shot there.
We don't check out the shooter room. We come to the rebound. We foul again. Takes place on the
Oh, man. Yeah.
That I did practice free throw box out in practice. But good practice. Takes the time, probably the function too. And it's that.
Right.
Especially when you have to foul in the middle of the game.
Right.
Beating the basketball. Put it there. That big a deal.
Right. On the inbound there, Goldman came off of the screen, and she tried to run through Emma, and Emma put her on the ground. Definitely a foul, but Goldman did not like the contact. She ended up on the ground, and it was the right call. But yeah, so 59-40, Eastern up by 19, so they're cutting in this lead. Goldman's first free throw is no good. Second one is good. They're going to cut this to 18, 4:25 to play here in this quarter. Coach Drury's going to have a quick timeout. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the very end of this game.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Sorry, had a little technical glitch there. Eastern up 59-41, 18-point advantage. So North Harrison Goldman really kind of finding some fire here in the fourth quarter. They've got 11 just in this quarter. 20-25 for the game. Again, kind of lost her on a three there, but really she's trying to get to the rim a little bit more here. We fouled her a couple times. Again, we just got to get kind of where she is. Kind of where she is. You got to make those other girls beat you. She's going to get her 20, but she's solid. But can't let her get hot here late in the game.
The bigger thing is on the other end, we just been careless with the basketball, right? Trying to force it, kind of telegraphing our passes against their zone. Now they're picking up full court. Definitely need to be a little careful right here. We need to go get the ball in and take care of the basketball.
Robbins loses it. Off the field, no good on the North Harrison had a layup. I think it was Burke. No good.
Down to, 18. North Harrison probably just trying to get this thing to 10. If they can get it to 10, then there's a little pressure. It'll go on you.
Into Robbins. Robbins up the sideline. Gets the ball in the middle. 3-on-2. Honor brings it out. Over to Trainer. Trainer to Robbins. Robbins inside to Bronner. Nice little spin move. No good. Bronner gets her own rebound. Puts it up strong again. No good. Gets her own rebound. No. Again, you got a little Angel Reese action right there.
Yeah.
The first one.
That's a good way of putting it.
Sorry.
That's all right.
She's got to get those shoulders squared around. So when she's off balance, she's so long. Sometimes she can just outreach people, but you've got a bigger body going up against the end book. You're going to have to get those shoulders around where you can square up, and then she gets that second one. It's just throw it up there again.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she gets to the third one and finally gets fouled. But really, that's one that you got hit on the first one. You love the effort to just stay with the play. But again, just get that body squared up, get that ball off the glass and put it in.
And she's just not getting up on the square. She's failing the physics test. It just won't physically go in at the bottom of the square. So she's got to get it up on the square a little higher.
That's Addie and Avery Smith are going to check back in. 3:59 to play. Eastern 60-41. 19-point advantage.
Yeah. Now where Goldman's at, don't let her.
On that 1-2-2 zone. And that 1-2-2 is, I think, just when you have Honor up there with such a length, she's going to be able to just get all the way into the paint and get back out there right there. I mean, just right there.
Yeah.
Goldman's not going to be able to
They laid off of her, though, and
I was getting ready to compliment her, and then she put her hands down.
You just can't leave her.
Nice rebound there for Avery.
One player, you have to have a hand up.
Well, you're in the right spot. You just let your hands down.
Yeah.
And Hunter's length is going to create so much problem. Addie Smith being guarded there by Burks. I think North Harrison, he wanted a 5-second call. Burks just a little bit aggressive there. The hand check is supposed to be a point of emphasis this year for officials, so we'll see if they actually call it.
I've been hearing that since I got into coaching 20-some years ago.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It wasn't in our rule change this year that was a point of emphasis, but
it's so hard to gotta be strong with the ball.
Away, a little close by Adele Emmons. They're going to get the Goldman there on the wing. He gets it out to Burks. Burks is going to fire top of the key. No good. Good rebound. Good block out there by Avery. Giving up a little bit of size to Goldman, and she was able to just hold her off. 2:55 to play. Addie out top. North Harrison in the man-to-man. Addie picks it up.
That was a weak pass right there.
It makes me nervous.
That could have totally been.
Emma top of the keys. Nobody guarding her.
Totally been stolen.
Addie's going to try to get in the lane. Gets it over to Avery.
A little wild with the ball here. We're getting a little.
Avery back to Addie Smith.
Want to throw the ball in the corner.
Honor all the way reversal to Robbins for 3 in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be Brown going the other way. She's going to get it to Goldman. Goldman tries to go up. Tough runner there over Honor.
We kind of.
Again, I think we kind of lost the attack mode.
Yeah, and then we
right now they're putting a little pressure on us, so we got a little nervous. Not that we have to stall. There's 2 minutes left, but let's just be patient. Take a shot.
We want layups.
Layups and free throws. Nice
there.
dump off there by Addie Smith. To get Honor and eat the bucket. Addie she waited just long enough. She had beat her man. She waits till Emma's man steps over. Just at that right moment, makes a little bounce pass to him and gets an easy layup. That's exactly how it's done. Goldman up top, gets it over to Burks. She's going to fire for 3. Top of the backboard. Robbins had it. Came down kind of awkwardly. I think they're going to get, they're going to get Bronner for a foul there on that rebound. Kind of a loose ball foul. Minute 37 seconds to play. Eastern with 62-43 advantage. Like Burton and Trainer are going to check in the game. Looks like North Harrison to call timeout. I don't know exactly what you say at this point to your team other than just keep playing.
Who's that? North Harrison.
North Harrison.
Yeah, I think they've done that.
You just keep playing.
Yeah.
What at halftime you really could have seen the team just kind of buckle in and say, "Hey, we're beat." But really, they come out and fought. Just, that third quarter played almost even, and then right now in this fourth quarter, they've outscored us quite a bit in this fourth quarter. And so just, hats off to them for him. He just kind of say, keep playing. This is probably not what they expected out of us this year. And so,
yeah, we kind of came out buzzsawed them to take the lead early, and then but they've kept playing and they've cut into this thing.
This could have easily been a 35, 40-point game, and at one point I think we were at 29. So 6 away from the running clock, so that's a whole different ball game.
Sure.
So
they've done a good job of staying in the fight, and this is how you grow. Obviously Goldman's a great player. She's got some inexperienced players around her, and they'll grow from this. They know that at least coach knows that they won't quit. They'll keep fighting. Eventually they'll get a little closer and a little closer in a game like this and get over the hump.
It just so happens, this year, you've got several solid teams in that Big conference, so that they get their hands full every night. It doesn't matter. Obviously, we're not in that conference anymore, but they're probably thinking a non-conference game they get a night off, maybe. But tonight has been all Musketeers pretty much this whole game.
Yeah. Our team's senior laden. We got some good juniors with them too, and when you've got a bunch of upperclassmen, you expect to play really well. And we're not the only one. There's some other teams that have
Robin dribbling. Oh wow, a lot
of learning that. Just reverse the basketball.
It's gonna be Brown with a little turnaround in the lane there. Robin's got to pat that ball up the sideline and go.
Or just reverse it. Yeah, she doesn't have anywhere to go. The rest, and then Katie's kind of picked it up right here and got stuck.
Now we're going to hold it back off.
Yeah,
again, you can't get across. You just dribble up the half court and pick it up. It's just not the place. But she wasn't really guarded at all. You just kind of keep advancing the ball.
Yeah, coach trying to get some of the younger kids some experience with that.
Somehow, Burton ended up falling down somehow, and Chapman ended up with an open lane.
Right now, he's just passed to the head.
Robbins dribbles through, gets it over to Hunter. Just an ounce out of control. You got to figure out how can she use her speed under control.
Yeah, well, I'm a big proponent of the ball is the most athletic thing on the floor. So So when you got somebody wide open ahead of you, you zip it ahead, and then a lot of times you do that. You keep running. As the defense goes and chases the ball, you end up getting it back for an easy layup. So just give it up early, and it's an opportunity right there. Just give it up early to Katie, and just keep running. And as they chase the ball, she probably would have got it right back.
Nice little move there, little kind of faked the handoff, and they kind of drew away from her. She goes left, misses one. Burton gets the offensive rebound. She's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah.
So Fort Harrison checks in pretty much their whole JV team, takes out all of their starters. 46 seconds to play. Eastern up 62-47. Burton on the line for 2 free throws.
I'm going to bow out right here again.
Yep.
It's been fun.
Yep. Thanks, sir. Burton's first free throw up is good. And it looks like Eastern's going to put in most of their reserves. Looks like Abby Fowler's going to check in. Allie Johannes-Meyer. Liza Sterrett, and then it looks like Bronner's going to check in for Burton. Burton's second free throw is up and no good. Rebound, North Harrison. They're going to go the other way. Fowler with the back tip and almost had a steal. He's just so incredibly fast. It's hard to gauge just her quickness. How can she utilize that quickness? North Harrison, 40 seconds to play, gets it into the corner, gets the ball in the middle. It's going to be number 1 for a little jumper. That's going to be Presley Emmons for 2. They get the ball into Bailey Robbins, 30 seconds left. Robbins able to dribble around, dumps it off to Emma, back out. Fowler finds Eliza Sterrett underneath, wide open. Kind of a broken play, and I think Elijah realized she was wide open. 10 seconds to play. Harrison is going to run out the clock. Robinson's going to get a quick steal there to end the game. Fowler's got it. As time expires, that is going to be it. Final score is 65-49. Lady Musketeers over the North Harrison. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with some thoughts on tonight's contest.
Eastern State Fairgrounds, November 7th through December 31st. Synchronize your favorite Christmas tunes and a million sparkling lights. Enjoy a dazzling winter wonderland for the whole family. Reserve your spot at ChristmasNightsOfLights.com.
Boiler up and hail for two. Led by new head coach Barry Odom. Makes the 10 to the 30, into the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. Don't miss a single moment all season long. Touchdown catch. The Boilermakers head to Washington. Join us live this Saturday. Our coverage begins at 6. Right here on your home for Boilermakers football. The Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Again, final score 65-49. Lady Musketeers victorious over North Harrison. Some quick stats for tonight's contest. First quarter, North Harrison, number one, Preston Emmons ended up with 5. Lillian Burke had 2. Grace Goldman, I've got her down for 27. Let me kind of double check that again. Yeah, I've got Goldman out for 27. Carly Chapman with 4. Olivia Brown scores 10. And I said that was Burks with 2 and Emmons with 5 for a total of 49. Again, really just from the tip-off, the Musketeers just kind of just took care of business. That first quarter was just as good a basketball as we could have hoped to play to start this season. Just unselfish, moving the ball, just taking great shots. That's probably more than anything, just seeing just great shot selection most of the game. Third quarter and really beginning of that fourth quarter maybe was kind of lacking a little bit. So we got to learn to just play with the lead, finish out ball games, make sure we're continuing to work on things. We got a little complacent there in that fourth quarter, and it didn't end up being the end of the game. It didn't cost us, but we got to just continue. I think we're going to end up having the lead in several games. So just making sure that you got that 10, 15-point lead, push that 10-point lead to 15, that 15 to 20. And if you got a 20-point lead, let's just make sure we're maintaining, taking good shots, making sure we're doing the things we got to do, so not let them back in the contest. If Goldman kind of went off a little bit in that last quarter, don't want to get her too carried away. Again, just exciting night. Basketball is my favorite time of the year. We've had some great success off fall with these girls following around through volleyball. So hopefully we can continue that success throughout this winter season as we move into Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's that chill in the air. It means basketball season's here. I know some people might still be in football mode. You got so much success with the Colts and the Hoosiers going on right now. But again, for us, basketball season is a huge thing in our house. So we're always excited. Again, this has been just an absolutely fantastic contest. And the Lady Musketeers victorious over North Harrison, 65-49. That is going to be all for me. This is Jake Johannesmeyer, Lady Musketeer basketball here on WSON.